used a mouse jiggler to fake working. Then my webcam turned on by itself. The pounding on my front door wasn't a polite knock, it was a rhythmic, demand for entry thud that vibrated through the floorboards of my apartment and rattled the empty Red Bull cans on my nightstand. I wiped a string of drool from my chin, squinting at the aggressive afternoon sunlight slicing through the blinds, trying to remember what day it was, or even what year it was. My heart was doing that frantic, stuttering flutter it does when you wake up from a nap that went 3 hours too long, leaving you dehydrated and disoriented in a dimension of pure panic. I rolled off the couch, my back cracking like a glow stick, and stumbled toward the hallway. Robert. Asset recovery. Open the door, a voice boomed from the other side. Asset recovery. My brain, still foggy with sleep and the lingering haze of a 4 a.m. gaming session, couldn't process the words. I looked down at my watch. It was 3:15 p.m. Tuesday. I was supposed to be working. I spun around and looked at my desk in the corner of the living room. My sanctuary. My fortress of solitude. The dual monitors were glowing with a harsh, white light that illuminated the dust motes dancing in the air. And sitting right there, next to my mechanical keyboard, was the device that was supposed to save my life but had apparently just ended it. The V5 mechanical mouse jiggler. A beautiful, $30 piece of plastic I bought off Amazon that physically nudges the mouse every 30 seconds to keep my Microsoft Teams status set to a comforting, employable, available. But something was wrong. The mouse wasn't jiggling. And the little green light next to my webcam, the one that only turns on when the camera is active, was burning with a steady, unblinking emerald glare. I froze. I hadn't turned the camera on. I hadn't joined a meeting. I was asleep. Robert, a voice said. It didn't come from the door. It came from my computer speakers. It was a voice I knew better than my own father's. It was deep, crisp, and laced with a calm, predatory disappointment. It was Marcus, the IT director. I know you're there, Robert, Marcus said, his voice filling the silent apartment. I can see your shadow on the wall behind you. Pick up the headset. I felt the blood drain from my face, rushing down to my feet and leaving me lightheaded. I walked toward the desk like a man walking to the gallows. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely grab the headphones. I pulled them over my ears. Marcus, I croaked. My voice sounded like gravel. Good afternoon, sleeping beauty, Marcus replied. On my primary monitor, a window was open. It wasn't my spreadsheet. It wasn't the quarterly analysis I was supposed to be compiling. It was a screen share. And on that screen share was a video feed of me. But it wasn't live. It was a recording. It was a recording of me 3 hours ago, slumped back in my gamer chair, mouth open, snoring loud enough to distort the audio levels. What is this? I whispered. This, Marcus said, is a documentation of the most expensive nap in company history. Now, go answer the door, Robert. The gentleman outside is on a tight schedule and he's charging us by the minute. Who is at the door? I asked, looking wildly between the screen and the hallway. That is the courier, Marcus said. He is there to collect the company laptop, and the monitors, and the dock. Collect them. Why? Because you don't work here anymore, Robert, Marcus said. And because I need to stop the data hemorrhage before you delete the rest of the Western Hemisphere's client list. Delete? I laughed, a nervous, high-pitched sound. I didn't delete anything. I was sleeping. Exactly, Marcus said. You were sleeping. But your mouse was very, very busy. I looked down at the mouse. It was resting on a folder icon labeled Q1_unsynced_backups. The folder was empty. My stomach dropped. That folder contained 2 terabytes of raw project data, uncompressed video files, client financial records, the entire architectural framework for the new app rollout. It was the only copy. I had paused the cloud sync yesterday because it was slowing down my Call of Duty ping. Marcus, I pleaded, sweat breaking out on my forehead. I can explain. No, you can't, Marcus interrupted. But I can, and I'm going to enjoy it. But first, let the man in. He has a badge. The pounding on the door resumed. Bang, bang, bang. What happens when I open that door isn't just a standard firing. It is the beginning of a corporate horror story that will be cited in lawsuits for years to come. By the time he plays that footage, I won't just be unemployed, I'll be realizing that the true saboteur was sleeping right on top of my desk. For full version follow on screen instructions.